Jesus. Happy New Year. This is your brother Chichimson. In 2024, I have a message concerning floods. France will experience floods this year, and those floods will destroy properties. They will destroy properties. Number two, the nation will experience protests that will lead into violence and destruction of properties. So let's continue praying for the nation of France. Let's continue praying for the nation of France. They will experience floods and protests that will lead into violence. Protests. So God bless you. Shalom, shalom.
Well, deadly rainfall in southern France has claimed at least 3 lives and caused widespread damage, particularly in the Var region. Emergency services are racing against time to search for survivors and also assess the devastation left in the storm's wake. On Tuesday, heavy rains battered the Var region, triggering flash floods and leaving 3 people dead. Victims include an elderly couple found in the coastal town of Lavandou. Search is on to trace other missing victims. The authorities say it is likely that these people were caught off guard by a sudden rise in water levels and did not have time to escape.
Since this morning, the gendarmerie has been deployed in the field with the firefighters, and our primary mission has been to assist the victims and to support this search for victims, which unfortunately led to the discovery of 2 deceased individuals. The first of them was found near their home, and the second a few hours later at sea.
Now, the incessant rains have caused widespread damage. Several regions have been flooded, causing significant damage to houses and bridges.
The damage is very significant. Houses have been affected, as have the roads, which have been covered by mudslides and silt. The electricity network has also been impacted, as has the drinking water network.
The locals say the rainfall is unlike anything they have seen in decades. Some are calling it a storm not seen in 3 or 4 generations.
We experienced some minor flooding in the village, but never at this level. Last night around 8 p.m., I heard noise in the bathroom. I saw bubbles rising from the toilet bowl, and that's when I looked outside, saw that the water was rising quickly, and I only had time to cut off the...
The regions hit by this week's torrential rains are rarely flooded. The water is now receding, but residents are still stunned by the amounts of rain that fell in their town and the risks they faced only hours ago. This business owner, his employees and clients were trapped in his store.
We called for help from a policeman who was outside so he would break the window. We couldn't break it from the inside. When we threw a chain at it, it bounced back. Imagine the anxiety.
Rivers burst their banks, roads and railway tracks were covered with muddy water. More than 6 months of rain fell in 2 days. On Friday, Prime Minister Michel Barnier called to improve natural disaster management through more EU cooperation.
We must prepare with climate change to face risks and disasters in all areas more frequently. The more we prepare ourselves together at the European level, the better it will be for everyone.
Homes and infrastructures were damaged. Insufficient planning led to animals being swept away. The water is now receding. Experts are beginning to assess the damages, with residents and professionals saying they will show solidarity and face the crisis together.
Let's block everything, cried the protesters. And despite an aggressive response from tens of thousands of riot police, the disruption has been widespread in Paris and many major cities. Here, a short distance from Gare du Nord, around 1,000 blocked streets and attempted to bring the station to a halt. Inside, police raced from door to door, trying to keep them out, frequently using tear gas or pepper spray, eventually moving to shut the doors even to travellers, in some ways doing the protesters' work for them.
This is turning into something of a running battle. There are so many entrances to this station that they're struggling to plug them all, and everywhere in the air is the smell and the sting of tear gas.
Some regular travellers in the station stopped to applaud the protests, suggesting dissatisfaction here goes much deeper than just those who take to the streets. On the outskirts of Paris, the battle to block major junctions into the city got much uglier. Bin fires, baton charges, tear gas. We may already be hearing the soundtrack to a Parisian autumn, with demands for change becoming ever more strident.
I'm from like the middle class, and it's it's increasingly difficult to kind of see a future. How can we make a living?
What are you protesting about?
For the départ of Macron.
It's not about the left and right and stuff, it's just about like people that just like done.
While the protests were raging around them, the government was quietly changing hands. Outgoing Prime Minister François Bayrou welcoming his successor, Sébastien Lecornu, to the official residence. The new man accepts things are going to have to change. But will this change of personnel make a difference? Or is President Macron simply rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic? Protesters running from clouds of tear gas in city streets are rarely a sign of a country at peace with itself. Nor city centre buildings set ablaze. And there's a bigger day of nationwide protest, this time also involving mass strikes, scheduled for next week.